Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Madden 17 Tuesday night drafts. Really hoping we can get a good draft in this week because, to be honest, the draft luck hasn't been there this year as much as it was last year. I mean, last year my were absolutely unreal. So I'm really hoping this year we can get some draft luck. And this Tuesday night, there's a lot of good cards out at the moment. It's team of the year time, so hopefully we will get some good cards in there. First option, got to be Mel Blunt. Just getting a good corner back, good lockdown corner. If I can actually get my words out straight in there, is definitely worthwhile. Next pick, onto a team hero in there. Team hero Wilfork. I could go with Jordan Hicks actually. He looks like a decent user middle linebacker, reasonably fast, could do well by himself as well, or Calvin Pryor. I'm not sure on this one. I think I'm going to go Jordan Hicks just to lock down that middle linebacker slot. And if I want to get user in there, he'll be good in there. Next pick, we have got Alex Smith as the quarterback. Decent stats in there. Whenever I use Will Fuller, he tends to drop so many passes. And we have Joe Staley as well. So are we going to get a better quarterback than Alex Smith? I'm not sure about that. I'm going to go with Will Fuller, actually. I think we might get a better quarterback than Alex Smith. And also let me know down below, guys, in the comments, how you would have drafted differently to what I've done. Because I like interacting with you guys, obviously, but also it'll help me draft better in the future. And potentially we'll end up winning more drafts and just doing better in drafts in general. But with this pick, it's got to be my man, Mike Mitchell. Whenever he shows up, you got to go with Mike Mitchell. He's such a good player in Madden. This could be another elite round, and it is. And holding the quarterback did pay off because we've got Andy Dalton in there, who's definitely better than that Alex Smith card. Could go with TJ Lang or Allen Robinson, but I'm going to lock down Andy Dalton as our quarterback because obviously quarterback is one of the most important positions to have in your lineup, especially on draft champions. Could go with Kelsey here, but I'm going to go with Odell Beckham. I've never actually used an Odell Beckham card. I don't think. I might have got a Tuesday night draft one earlier on in the year. I'm not sure actually on that one, but anyway, not going to go with Pernell McPhee. That card just is not very good unless you're blitzing in a 4-3. I don't think he'll be very good. Darby or Collins. I'm going to go with Darby in this situation. Always getting some good lockdown corners is very handy, especially in draft. To be honest, the skill positions are the best positions in draft, I think. I think I'm coming to realise that now. Saying that, we're going to have to go with, I think, DeMarcus Ware here. Sheldon Richardson, not bad, but I'm going to go with DeMarcus Ware. Build up the linebacking core. Should be very good, because people always tend to throw over the middle, so he should be good for us in there. Perfect defensive tackle option in there with Geno Atkins. Could go with Ziggy, but I'm going to go with Geno. Just 89 rated defensive tackle, getting the team rating up, and hopefully we will get a better overall towards the end. Got a Thursday night football card in. That might be why I always say Thursday night draft, actually, because I always get confused between Tuesday and Thursday. But I'm going to go with Trent Williams here. Already have some good wide receivers and a quarterback, so getting a good left tackle in there will be handy if we do get a running back who is worthwhile. Hopefully we will. Not in this round though. CJ Anderson, not going to be good enough for that. Could go with Malcolm Brown, but I think I'm going to go with Hunter Henry. The card is just very solid at everything. At tight end, so he'll come in big. And there is the running back we needed. Thursday night football, Todd Gurley, 90 overall. That card looks phenomenal, like dark green in every single stat, and we're already up to an 81 overall. Can we get better than that? We've got so many Thursday night football guys in here. We got Gerald McCoy, Malcolm Jenkins, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Jacob Tammy. I'm going to go with Malcolm Jenkins though, because we haven't got a strong safety. Could use another defensive tackle, but people don't tend to run too much. They tend to just pass to the flats. So Malcolm Jenkins should be good for that if we're using a cover 3 or something like that. Up to the final two positions. Quan Alexander, very nice user middle linebacker who I'm going to get in as well, I think, because I think Hicks could move over to left outside potentially. And the final pick will end up being... Oh, we've got some good picks in there. I think I'm going to have to shore up the line that little bit more with Jack Youngblood, who I've heard very good things about. So he should be very good for us in there. In a 4-3, I think this is a very, very good lineup. Offense, we could have been a little bit better, but I think the defense should bring the draft home. So I'm very happy with that. Unfortunately, didn't get any Team of the Year players. Not sure if you can. If you can, let me know down in the comments, actually, because I'd love to know if you can draft Team of the Year players and I could give some of them a go. But this is the team we have. I think I'll probably leave these two guys in middle, to be honest. But overall, I think that's a pretty damn good team. But anyway, now we are going to jump into the gameplay. But if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And we're going in with the first two games now. And my opponent got 3 legends on his draft. Pretty good, but I still don't think it's as good as our one with Todd Gurley in there. And that Todd Gurley card went off in this draft. He was absolutely phenomenal whenever I got the run game going with him. He made some insane plays. So he's someone I definitely want to pick up in Ultimate Team. But my opponent here, I'm really not used to someone that's sending in this many blitzes, and it really did affect me. As you see, he gets a lot of blitzes in, and they always come in pretty much untouched. As you can see, he got someone on my quarterback within seconds on that play there. And he actually manages to force us to 4th down on our first possession. I'm going to go with the corner out, and I'm going to lob it up to Odell, hoping he can come up with a play, because he always comes up with a play when I'm against him, and he came up with a play there for me. Pretty nice catch over my opponent, and this is what Todd Gurley's good at. Getting to the outside, and to be honest, that tackle, if it was in bounds in the field, wouldn't have taken him down, and he would have just kept on going, and that is a theme of what he can do. He does it a hell of a lot in this draft, and you'll see it over the course of the games. But my opponent there, he did get a nice sack on me. As you can see, most of the time I'm 2nd and more than 10, or 3rd and more than 10, because he was getting so many sacks, sending in heavy blitzes on first down, and I just couldn't get around them, to be honest. I couldn't throw the ball quick enough. Whenever I tried to run it, I just couldn't get around his blitzes. I don't know exactly what he was doing, but he was sending in some untouched blitzes a hell of a lot of the time. And unfortunately there, this is still my first possession, bear in mind. I've got the whole first quarter down. I think I've done really nice on the time there, because if he scores a touchdown, I'll be able to get the ball back and maybe score myself. Unfortunately, he actually gets a pick 6, so we're 7-0 down against a defence that I was finding very hard to get the read of. Nice play action there. Thought I could lob it deep. Didn't think he'd have enough people there. He does have... It was into double coverage. Fortunately, he doesn't intercept it, but also unfortunately for me, I don't get a catch, so it could have gone either way. We're working our way up the field pretty nicely with corner routes, so that's something this guy couldn't defend very well. So when I had big yardage, I did fall back to go into corner routes wherever I could. But as you can see, his defensive work is very good. He's constantly usering in the right places. He's not letting me get the run going as much as I really want to. I mean, especially with this Todd Gurley card in the team, you think the run game could get going a bit better. And another blitz there came in absolutely untouched. Couldn't get the throw off quick enough, and unfortunately, we don't get the pick there. That is also another theme for this draft. Jack Youngblood not coming up with picks. I thought he was going to throw here, but I didn't want to gamble on it. Fortunately, I didn't, and he actually ends up overthrowing it because he gets a little bit of pressure on him, and we get the ball back. So it's 7-0. Coming towards the end of the first half, he gets ball at half, so I need to score at this point. I see both my corner outs are wide open. Fuller doesn't drop the pass, which he does have a tendency to do more often than not, and we get him for a touchdown to make it 7 each. But he's definitely not out of the game at this point. His offense wasn't phenomenal. His defense was very good, but his offense, he threw to my user so often. As you can see on Youngblood here, once again, could have got another pick, and he ends up dropping it. But my opponent, he knows he's coming to that point where he's going to have to fully rely on his defence to win the game. He doesn't do that, and he ends up quitting. So we go into our second game of the draft and the second game of the episode. Theme of this, if you haven't watched it before, is we'll do 2 games in the draft because I don't want to get 4 games worth of gameplay in, because then I think the video will just be way too long. So I put the 2 best games I play, or until we're out, into the video. But I see a little opening here. I can see it in the coverage in the middle of the field. Should be open. He's going to use the flats. I'm going to throw it to Fuller, and he just jukes around 2 Packers defenders like they're not even there, and goes for a touchdown on the first play of the game. And that Will Fuller card did very well for me. To be honest, most of the time whenever I've used him before, he never does well. But this game he definitely did. We get a fumble on my opponent's first play there, and I was thinking, this is definitely going to be my game. 3rd and 25. I couldn't see any way of him making that up. We very nearly get a sack, but he throws the ball absolutely perfectly and gets 4th and 2. Obviously he's going to go for it at this point. He could go for a run, he could throw it to the flats, he could just make any throw he wanted. I thought he was going to go for a run. As you can see, I'm gambling a little bit on the run here. Going to try and use her at the middle with, I think it was Hicks I had over the middle, but actually it was a pretty nice user card on the whole. I did gamble on the run. He doesn't run it, but he throws straight into a pack of about 3 players and does come down with it annoyingly. I think I would have got the user pick there, but anyway, DeMarcus Ware gets the pick for me, and the ball is back in our court. So I know I can score on this guy's defence. Just by the way he was playing offence, I knew his defence wasn't going to be fantastic. And when you have someone like Todd Gurley who just bounces off tackles like they're not even there, to be honest, like it's just for fun. He bounced off 2 tackles on that wheel route, and once again on the run, bouncing off tackles, takes 3 guys to take him down. And I really recommend, if you haven't used this card, use it. This is literally the first time I've used him, and as you can see, every time I give him the ball, he's bouncing off players. So he's definitely going to be really good in Ultimate Team. I think he actually does have a higher rated card than this 90 overall. Not exactly sure, but if he does, that's a card I'm definitely going to be looking to pick up. It's making me want to do an all Rams team series, because if you didn't know, other Ultimate Team series I have going on, one at the moment I'm going to get going on, is a 1 team series. So if you have an idea for the team for me to use for that, let me know down in the comments. At the moment, I think it's between the Falcons and the Browns, but I'm not exactly sure who I'm going to pick yet. But anyway, we're back on with this. My opponent, one thing I had to constantly do against him was put a QB spy in, and even when I was doing that, it wasn't always being very effective. As you'll see, on a fair few amount of the plays, Youngblood will be in a spy. Right here, he's in a spy. Unfortunately, he actually gets blocked, but I do use her over there. Make him go to 4th and 1. I know, like, if I get a stop at this point, it's pretty much game over, because I can either run down the clock till the end of the half, or I can get one more score and make it a 3-possession game. Perfect user in to counter the run there, to avoid the block absolutely perfectly, and all we need to do is get into field goal range to make it a, well, in theory it's a 2-possession game, but I can't see him getting 2 2-point conversions, and that's what we're going to do. So it's 16-0. I'm feeling good. It's looking like the game is going to be over at this point, but as you can see, or as you saw in the other game, I went 7-0 down. I thought I didn't stand a chance, so you never know when it's over in these games pretty much. He ends up diving with Dak Prescott there, and quarterbacks usually fumble when they do that. I mean, even running backs fumble when they do that, and I think he got pretty lucky not to fumble there, but we just need to make sure he doesn't score. The only way he was getting forward is he was rolling out with the QB a hell of a lot, and that's just something I find really hard to defend. There it actually defended absolutely perfectly. If I put a QB spy in and actually do their job properly, it works a hell of a lot of the time, but I put a spy in there as well. Didn't work. I'm not exactly sure why. I guess the guy got caught on the line of scrimmage and he ends up scoring, so make it 16-6. But all I did up until this point, as you can see by the clock, I was just chewing clock, running the ball, making nice safe passes, so they weren't really highlight worthy to put into the video, but we did get the touchdown, 23-6. Coming up to the 2-minute warning, it's pretty much game over at this point. I mean, he went for his 2-point conversion on his last touchdown and didn't get it, so I couldn't see him getting back into the game. He does have 3rd and 10. He's in the rollout yet again, and that's something I really want to implement into my game a bit more, because it was working for him so well. But it was just the passing, I think, was letting him down a little bit. We do get the final interception with Mel Blount there, and we end up winning the game. So 2 for 2 in the draft of this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I mean, really fun draft this one. Had a great team. If you guys did enjoy, as per usual, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I will see you soon for another Madden 17 Ultimate Team video.